Hello, everybody. Welcome to the advice stream. I am your host. Jeremy International is my name. We are live on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. I had a little bit of technical difficulties today, and I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Harried. I'm noticing that I did not zoom in my camera the way that I normally do. Can I fix that? Can I fix that? Uh, mm, that's a little bit better. This is the advice stream, the stream where we play video games and give advice. If you would like to seek advice from me, your friend Jeremy International, please head on over to JeremyInternational.com. There's a contact form there you can submit. You can also just throw it in the chat if you don't mind not being anonymous, or at least having your question tied to your screen name. Otherwise, JeremyInternational.com is the place to go. You can see every previous episode, give or take, of the advice stream there, and other things. So there's lots to do. Not really, but there's some things to do there. So you should check it out. But hello, everybody. It's been a week. It's been a day. It's been a year. Did anyone check out the eclipse today? I looked right at it. With glasses on, of course, with my special things, you know. Oh boy. Okay. Let's shake it out. Let's get into show mode. Show mode. Show mode. Hello. Our normal guest star, Oldman's not able to make it on camera today. Oldman is back to having some audio issues that I am now 100% convinced is my fault. So we will, I need to learn how to use my audio mixer. And then we will figure it out for next time. So hopefully we'll never have these problems again. But it is definitely something associated with my audio mixer. Oldman, screen name Normie Has Been, says, I took the whole afternoon off to see the eclipse and took the dogs to the park. Luckily, some guy there let me use his eclipse glasses. That's nice. You know, sometimes there's things that bring people together, and I guess an eclipse is weirdly one of them. Yeah, we're out checking it out, and our neighbors, who are older folks, because everyone that lives in our neighborhood are old, came out, and they I guess didn't realize that we would have any sort of eclipse here, because they said they were watching it on TV. And we let them borrow our watching an eclipse on TV. It's such a baby boomer thing to do. And we gave them a pair of our eclipse glasses so they could look, and they were impressed, because I didn't think that they didn't think they would see anything here. But where we live, we got like 87%, I think, the sun covered up. It was weird. It got a little dark outside, but like the quality of the light was weird. It's like there was like a no filter. It was just like a white light in the middle of the day. It was strange. Eclipses are weird. So I don't I don't have a lot of questions, honestly, for today. I got two. You know, hopefully we'll get some coming in from the internet. But I got two questions we can get into. And but otherwise we have games to play. Have a little surprise of a game we can start off playing, because I got my oh boy. I got my 360 dusted off. So I was thinking about getting back into Space Marine. We played that a little bit last week, but look what I got. I got Sneak King. Clear. This was a Burger King promo game that I have, and it's like a stealth game where you play as the Burger King. In the early 2000s, there were some really creepy Burger King ads. Like the king was just like weird and like sneaking up on people and stuff. And this is a game that personifies that. Never played it before, but Burger King did 3 promo games for the 360, and this is what most people say is the weirdest one. I have them all in my collection. I'm not trying to make a big deal about it. So we'll check that out. Sneak King on the 360. And depending on how that goes, we'll play that for a little while. And then maybe we will also get back into some Space Marine as well. But looks like not a whole lot of folks are out at the moment, and that is fine. We'll see how the night goes. You know, that's the advice stream, is we're just hanging out. There's no pressure. We're just here to have fun and be part of a community. And if we find ways to help each other out, we'll do that. And if we don't, then we won't. And that's cool too. All right, let's get right into it, guys. Let's try, oh boy, hold on. I forgot to do some important, technical, things on my end. Excuse me, everybody. Just give me a minute here, please. Sorry. That's silly that I didn't do that part. And okay. And here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Sneak King. Never played it before. Is there a year? Is there a year on this? 2006. Wow, 2006. So an almost 20-year-old game. Can you imagine that? 2006 was 18 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Let's get into it. Let's try out Sneak King. Let's see how it goes. Let's get some audio. See, like, I don't know if anyone remembers, if anyone was around them, but this is kind of like what the ads were like for Burger King back in the day. They were just like a little creepy, a little weird, and a little creepy. Yes, play game. New game. Yeah, Fred Undead. Hey, Fred Undead. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we are playing, at least to start off with, we're playing Sneak King for the Xbox 360. This was a promotional game for Burger King. And it's telling us stuff. Chain count. Each time you deliver food, your chain count goes up. This multiplies any score you earn. If anyone spots you, you'll lose it all. So be extra sneaky when your chain count gets high. All right, okay. I know also there's a little bit of important information for me, is that I love Burger King. It is my favorite fast food place. The controls are reverted, which I don't like. Oh, what's this? Ugh, the controls are weird. I'm dizzy already. There's like a newspaper. It's morning. You've got enormous omelet sandwiches to give away. Make 3 deliveries to the hungry folks on this sawmill and consider this breakfast mission accomplished. Press the A button to deliver food, but try not to be seen. Ooh, this is, can I, oh man, that's weird. It's like I'm looking through his mask. Normie Hasbin says, looks good for 2006, but maybe my memory is faulty because of graphics at that time. I actually think it does look good. Doesn't control so good, but it does look good. How do I get out of this view? Weird. Okay, I need to hide. Look at him, he's like sneaking around with his little arms out. I am gonna vomit because I'm dizzy. But I am into this game already. Can I, camera? Does the camera respond to my wishes? How do I give him an omelet sandwich? How do I... Okay, well, I have to give him an omelet sandwich. I have to deliver them sneakily without being seen. But how does one do that? Thanks, Normie. He's gonna hold my hair back. You know, I'm getting long hair. I probably need... I need someone to hold it back. Oh my god. Why is the spinning so much? Why? Hold on, I'm pausing it because I need, you know what helps with nausea? A little bit of bourbon. That'll help me out. How do I press the A button to deliver food? Okay. If you say so, Sneak King. A button to deliver food. Do I have to get closer to him? Is he gonna kill me with this axe? I'm hitting the A button to deliver food. All right, well, this isn't where I need to go then. Maybe there's, oh, did this person die? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. These controls are, really... The camera is not my friend. Well, okay, let's try to remember. Let's try to remember what it was like in 2006. There's an arrow. Oh, the arrow is just pointing north. So maybe the arrow is not where I go. Let's try to give a delicious Burger King omelet sandwich. Oh, is this where I put it? Can I put it here? He's just nonchalantly hiding in a barrel. That's cool. That's normal. Don't pay attention to the man. Ooh. Don't pay attention to the man in the Burger King mask in the barrel. My little, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's get out of the barrel. Just take your time. Oh, this person wants a sandwich. Can I give her a sandwich? Regular surprise. That doesn't look like an omelet sandwich to me. In the comment, if you like Burger King, you should put in what your preferred meal is. What do you like to order at the BK? Here's another person that wants an omelet sandwich. Mine is what's often called the classic chicken sandwich, although sometimes referred to as long chicken. That's my go-to. Only pickles. Haha! Nope, she doesn't want an omelet sandwich. I gotta find someone else that wants an omelet sandwich. There's a person... there's a person that's red up here. I just have to not be seen. Are you dead? Did they die because they didn't get an omelet sandwich? Does this person, do they want an omelet sandwich now? Yes, he does want an omelet sandwich. Ha-ha! Regular surprise. How do you get a bigger surprise? Oldman says, burger and fries and Coca-Cola. Well, obviously I get fries and Coca-Cola with my long chicken. Fred Undead says, a Whopper. I like a Whopper, don't get me wrong. Whopper is the pinnacle of fast food burgers. I have been known to have a Big Mac attack from time to time. That's McDonald's. But Whopper is my preference. Well, let's be honest. I've had a Baconator once or twice. I've destroyed a couple Baconators in my life. That's Wendy's. But Whopper is my preference if you're going to get a burger. But long chicken, aka classic chicken, is the way to go. That's one thing I always try to do when I'm traveling internationally, is to find a Burger King and get a long chicken. It's morning and you've got enormous... We just did this. Make 3 deliveries to the hungry folks in this sawmill and consider this breakfast mission accomplished. Press the A button. Do I need to do better? Maybe I need to do better. Hey. Hey, buddy. You want an omelet sandwich? Psst. Ha-ha! How do I get a better than regular? Here's another person that wants an omelet sandwich. How do I get a better than regular? Oh, I got spotted. God damn it. Do better. Do better, Burger King. Omelet sandwich? You look like you could use an omelet sandwich. Who else wants? Ugh. Oh, this person wants an omelet sandwich. I love his little hands sticking out. That's the best. This game is a piece of garbage, but it's funny. You gotta give it. Who is it? Oh, what happened? What happened? It locked up. Are you trying to tell me that Burger King did not make a high quality video game? That's not good. Let's restart. Is it my Xbox? What happened? We're starting over. We're starting it over, everybody. Good news for you is you get to hear the Xbox 360 startup sounds. Classic. That's the one. Fred Undead says raptor hands like people with ADHD. Do people with ADHD have raptor hands? I never noticed. And Normie Hasbin says, much like digestive systems locked up with a big BK meal. Yeah, that's true. Oh no. Oh wait, my controller turned off. I'm gonna keep working on raptor hands. Fred and Dad, are you trying to tell me that Sammy Davis Jr., who famously always had his hands out like this, had ADHD? Because that kind of makes sense, I guess. I do this when I go up and down a flight of, especially down a flight of stairs, as my hands go like this a lot. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Hi, Burger King. I'm sneaking outside my house. Weirdo. Totally normal. Continue game. Burger King. Well, let's do one more mission. Fred Undead is not a doctor. Important for everyone to know. Fred Undead is legally obligated to tell you that she is not a doctor. Because of what happened. Okay, let's try this again. Ooh. Burger King. Okay. So maybe I have to do better than a C. But like, how do you, this guy, how do you, do better surprise than average surprise? Burger King. Regular surprise. Okay, this person wants a Burger King. I mean, not a Burger King, an omelet sandwich. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And omelet sandwich. Regular surprise. I don't understand how to get. All right, let's find this person. They want an omelet sandwich. Let's get them. Can I hide? What if I hide behind the tree until they're like right on me? Like, oh, she died. Did I not get her? Is she pass out because of her unmet omelet sandwich requirements? Who else wants, this guy wants an omelet sandwich. Oh my God, the camera. Please. Nope, he's gonna die too. So, like, once they have, like, a hunger, you have to get to them before they go into, like, a diabetic coma, it seems like. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, sneak. Is that gonna get me better than a C? Normie Hasbin says, did Jeremy tell you I've been using one of the images you made to promo the show this whole time? The one with the pink landscape and clouds? Oh, yeah. Fred Undead. Normie has been using a really cool image you created for this very show. I still got a C. I want to continue, though. Can I do another one? No. What? There's more newspapers. What does this one say? Sometimes just handing over hash browns isn't enough. You've got style. Why not use it to deliver a serving of hash browns with a flourish? Hit the A button to stop the flourish gauge and score more points. Ah, that's how you do it. So, like... I see. I got it. I got it. I figured it out. I figured it out. Watch this. This person is gonna get hash brown all up in their business. Blech. Nope. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. What about this Bojo? Hey. Hey, Bojo, you want some hash browns? There we go. Okay, I'm making progress. I'm figuring it out. Continue. Here's another quest. These are like missions, and you get these newspapers. Oh, I don't know what it said. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I hit the button too fast. Who wants whatever Burger King food I got? Ugh. Ugh. Whoa, flourish. I guess I'm timed. I'm being timed. This person. I don't have a lot of time left. I gotta be fast. I gotta be fast. It's all about timing. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Okay, that's too much. All right. Who else needs? That guy's about to pass out. I have 41 seconds. Oh, I got an achievement. Remember when all video games had achievements? What a time to be alive. Okay. I guess do we keep going? B, I got a B. Oh, there's more. There's more. You worked hard for these 3 challenges. Go have some fun. This round, simply perform 3 flourishes without being seen. Call it a day. So does it matter who I do it? I got caught. I got caught. Okay. Let's try it again. Can we try it again? Without getting caught. No, I still need to find somebody that's got the hunger. You got the hunger. Normie says, is this like a game that you got with a Happy Meal or whatever? I don't actually remember how people got the game. I think you still had to like buy it, but you could buy it from a Burger King. I think. Oh, and then right here. All right, I feel like I've seen the code of the Matrix for this. We've unlocked new missions. We'll keep going for a little bit, but I think I am gonna switch back over to Space Marine at some point. We should also do some questions eventually, right? Why don't we do a question? Let's do a question. And just as a reminder, everyone, if you're just joining in here, if you'd like to seek advice from us on the advice stream today, head on over to JeremyInternational.com and you can submit a question there on the website if you want to. But here is a question as a reminder, as a content warning. The advice stream acknowledges the existence of sex. So if you don't like the acknowledgement of the existence of sex, then maybe this isn't the show for you. Okay, here we go. This one's a little tricky. It's a little long, so stay with me. And it's a little, it's a tricky one. I, a straight male, recently started seeing a girl. We had a few great dates. Fast forward to dropping her off after the third date. We made out like crazy and she said she wanted to invite me in, but shouldn't because she wanted to take her time. I told her it was no problem and that I'd see her soon. The next morning, she invited me over for coffee, quotations. When I got to her place, we instantly started going at it. When the time came, I reached for my condoms as I was putting it on. I fumbled around and said something like, "Stupid condoms," also his quotes. We started having sex, and after we switched positions, I realized the condom had come off. I pulled out immediately, damage control. We talked for a bit. She was very upset. I told her that I had been tested and that I didn't come, but still it wasn't a great feeling. So I left, and for the rest of the day, she was very cold with one-word text, so I gave her some space. The next day, she texted me about how upset she was about the incident and how I broke her boundaries. She said the comments I made about not wanting to wear a condom were very disrespectful and that she believed I took the condom off on purpose or knew it came off and kept going. She ended the conversation with, "I better not get an STD, and I hope you never do this to anyone ever again." I am in shock. I really liked this girl and did everything I could to be great to her. I sent her my STD test results to help soothe her anxiety, apologized profusely, and told her it was an accident. I would never do anything like that. She still doesn't believe me and has basically stonewalled me. I went to get another test a few days after, just for myself, and when I sent them to her, just for extra peace of mind, I also saw my therapist. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of comments already. We'll read through those one at a time. I apologized to her again for how she was feeling and attempted to validate her feelings, but I told her it was horrible to accuse me of this. She replied that I was trying to make her feel bad. I said she couldn't trust me and that we can't have a relationship without trust. Did I do something so wrong? It was an accident. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Condom slippage can happen, right? Going totally nuclear on this relationship seems a little much. Also, this has emotionally devastated me. How do I get past it? Am I always safe with my I am always safe with my partners. This was just a freak accident. So Fred and Dead says, OMG, dude needs to move on. This is over already. Yeah, absolutely. Any prospects he could have had with continuing a relationship with this person are definitely gone. You know, I mean, my take on this is this. this is a thing, like deliberately taking off a condom, men doing that when their partner doesn't realize they're doing it is a thing that happens. How often it happens, I don't know, but it's one of those horror stories that you hear a lot. Um, this is, one of those things. Condoms do fall off sometimes. It's not unheard of, and assuming the we always assume that the person writing the letter is being 100% honest. That it's a weird accident that does happen sometimes. Might be worth, by the way, looking at seeing if you can get some custom sized condoms, just so that slippage happens. If this is something that happens at least semi regularly with you, a lot of times it's size related. But I'm having a hard time blaming her for reacting this way, because she doesn't really know you that well, and this is a thing that people do on purpose. Not that you did, but her shields are up because so many male style people are not great, and some of them do this on purpose. So I understand that you're hurt by this. It's when you're dating and you like somebody and it doesn't work out, that's not a great feeling. No one likes that. And this is one of those times where it has not worked out. You've done your best to communicate to her, and she doesn't trust you because she doesn't know you. And that's that. My only concern, the only way I can see this having a bigger, possibly to the letter writer, negative ramifications, is if you orbit in the same social circles as this woman does, and she starts telling people that you did this on purpose. That could really ruin your reputation in a difficult to repair kind of way. So I hope that you have a solid historical track record, and you have friends, particularly female friends, that know that you're not the type of person to do this on purpose. And that hopefully, if you have a concern about reputation damage in your extended social circles, that you can rely on people that know your character to get your back on this, because that would be a really difficult thing. Fred Undead says send a text apologizing and move on. Yeah, it sounds like he's done that, except for the moving on part. But it's time to move on. Why should she trust you? She doesn't know you. You only were on 3 dates. And like I was saying, this is a thing some men do on purpose. I would just, if I was him, I'd probably proactively try to do some social damage control, if that makes sense. Sending STD results makes it worse, because it makes, is what Fred Undead says, because it makes it look like he's doing it on purpose. Yeah, and I also want to add in, he said that he went and got tested again a couple days later. That's not how STDs work. If you get tested a couple days later, it doesn't matter if you're positive or something, or contracted something or not. It takes more than a couple days. You have to wait more than a couple days to know that that the results are positive. This is one of the reasons why it's important to have a good reputation, to have people in your social circle that know you, that you've put your money where your mouth is. Is that the phrase? As far as doing the right thing by women that you've dated or women in your life, is that if you do get accused of something falsely, then you have a positive reputation. You have people that know your character that you can fall back on. If you've always been an asshole, and then you decide you're going to be a good guy one time, and someone still thinks you're an asshole, and then they ask around and everybody else thinks you're an asshole, then you're an asshole. It doesn't matter. You have to be consistently, that's what integrity means. You're doing the right thing every time, even if, or at least you're doing your best to do the right thing every time, even if nobody's looking. So hopefully you have a history, a good track record of standing up for the women in your life, and you've got women that know you and that trust you, that'll be able to support you if this accusation that seems totally false but understandable gets out. Normie says, assuming it's 100% true as described, he's just got to move on. Agree with Fred. One day maybe he'll meet someone and look back on on it as a step toward meeting the right person. He shouldn't beat himself up about it. As in, if that had worked out, then maybe I would have never met the wonderful future possible partner that, yeah, I mean, that's what dating is. Most of the people you date aren't the right person until you meet the right person. And then it all makes sense. So you gotta date, you gotta put yourself out there. Hopefully this guy isn't so shaken by this that he has a hard time getting back out into the pool, as it were, to keep meeting other people. But you know, if this is something that happens regularly, he needs to look into what the cause could be. You know, sometimes condoms fall off just because they fall off. Sometimes they fall off because the condom you're using is too big or it's not a good fit. Sometimes condoms break if they're too small. And sometimes they also fall off if you're not as erect as you could be, and that's something you should talk to a doctor about. So there are, depending on your age, there are some things here that he could be doing to ensure this doesn't happen with a future partner if he has concerns about that. But also sometimes it's just a weird freak accident. And I hope it doesn't put a damper on his dating life and his continued adventures in having sex with people that you've only had 3 dates with. Third date's usually the time to do it, I say. So get back to it, friend. Make sure there's no underwriting cause. Make sure you've got yourself covered in your social circle, and then just get back out there. Best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else, as we say. Should we do more? Let's do more sneaking, yeah? Let's do more sneaking. I'm kind of into it. Continue. Here's another mission. You gotta go a long way to get some of these missions. Excuse me, timber worker. I think someone asked, why is this in a lumber yard? Lumberyard workers gotta have a hearty breakfast too, you know. Delivered double the jolts by not only surprising some lucky sawmill worker with a stimulating cup of BK Joe coffee, but doing it from within a hiding place. Press Y near a hiding place to enter or leave, and hit A to deliver the BK Joe coffee from inside. Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna get in this here barrel. He really takes his time getting in and out of there. And now we just need to wait for someone, except that she just starved to death. So who else? Who else is gonna come by? Is she gonna wake up again and try again? Do we just have to wait here for a while? Yeah, Normie's asking, why is the game set in a sawmill? You know, people in the sawmill, they work hard. And they need breakfast. They need a nice, warm cup of BK Joe in the morning. And I'm here to give that to them. If someone that isn't about to die walks by, they're all just dropping like flies. Let's get out of here and see if we can find another hiding place. Oh my god, the camera. Oh, wait. Is this gonna... Can I do this? Is she gonna turn towards me? She's about to pass out too. Okay, that's not working. Let's go somewhere else. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna come up here. This seems like not a great place to hide either. Come on, game. Send somebody my way. Sneak, sneak, sneak. This camera is gonna make me vomit. So can I just wait for one of these guys to get hungry? Can I do that? No. No. Okay, I was into this game before this part. This part's dumb. It's real dumb. Like, no one is going anywhere near me. Like, they have to get really close. Oh, are you gonna make it? Nope, she's gonna die. A little bit further. You can do it. You can do it. Nope. Yeah, I think that's the mission here, is I gotta spring it on them. But they have to come right by my hidey hole. Here we go. Here we go. Haha! Watch me slowly get out of this crate. I did it! I don't want to do that one again. I don't want to do that no more. That was terrible. That was terrible. Ooh. Every successful delivery increases your chain count, which increases your score. But that's a good thing. The bad thing is if someone spots you, you're back to 0. Try to add some links to your chain count and see if you can adorn the king with a chain count of 5. Okay, so nothing fancy. Just try to avoid being detected. The message is sawmill workers won't ask BK food except by surprise attack. Yes, you have to sneak up to them in order to get them to have some tasty Burger King. I'm surprised that I haven't had the, it's all breakfast. I want to give somebody a classic chicken sandwich, which is not, you know, part of the BK breakfast menu. He's so sneaky. Hey, lady. Hash browns. Okay, I'm at chain times 2. I need to do chain times 3 without being spotted. Don't pass out yet, buddy. So maybe the sawmill is breakfast, and I'll be able to give someone else another meal. Ooh, almost got spotted. Whew. Hear this ding dong over here. Hey, buddy. Psst. Ooh. I did it. I did it. B, not too bad. Not too bad indeed. Mostly C's though. There's some ones I haven't done yet over here. How do I... Oh, well, there's a mission over here I haven't done yet. Here's your chance to elevate your sneaking to an art form worthy of the robe and crown. Deliver 5 of these enormous omelet sandwiches without being seen or heard by anyone. I just did that, but sure, I'll do it again. I'm in a new place. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Oh, go quick, quick, quick. She's sneaking up on you. Go, go. I'm busted. Ah. Oh, man. Riots. We'll try it again. Let's do one more, and then there's not really a lot of people watching right now, which is fine. And then I'm going to do one more of these, and then I'm going to go back to Space Marine, because I want to play that game. And this game is fine, but dumb. And maybe I can go and open the drawbridge here before I start the mission. Why does it make that weird giggly sound? Oink. Okay, so maybe now I'll have better luck when I do this mission. Go, 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 go. Sneak, sneak, sneak. No. Go. Oh man, she's gonna do it again. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Man, the camera, if it worked better, this would be a lot easier, to be honest. Can I get down from here? Yes, I can. Who's hungry? Well, now there's lots of people over there that are hungry. No one over here is hungry. Oh my god, do I have to go through this building? Hold on, wait, Normie says, don't switch channels, but Jeremy and I were talking last week on the show about the time his variety show Church Night went onto a really aggro atheist public access TV show because the host misunderstood what Church Night was about. And then Oldman put the post in the comments there. Thanks for posting that, Oldman. Yeah, that's one of the... Okay, I give up. That's one of the funniest things I've ever been part of, for sure. Thank you for putting that post up. It is a good time. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? That was a good time. I'm gonna stop this because I don't want to play this anymore. And let's do some Space Marine, shall we? Why not? Let's check social media and make sure nothing else is happening that should take our attention. No, there's not a lot going on tonight, everybody. That's cool, though. That's cool. I'm still having fun. I hope the some of you that are out there are as well. It's definitely a bit of a slow night tonight. Excuse me, cough switch. But we'll switch to a different game and see if we have fun doing that. Yeah, Fred Undead has a point. The eclipse raptured everybody. There's no one left on Earth because everyone went up to be with the Lord in heaven because of the eclipse. Is totally what happened. All right, it's got our save from last time. Yeah, we played this a little bit last week. If in case no one was, in case you don't remember, and had a good time. Ra, everyone got raptured to Ra. Oh man, that's a good name. That sounds like a good like early '80s like West Coast punk rock band. Rapture to Ra, doesn't it? Mission to Burma. Do I remember how this worked before?
Destroy them!
Here they come.
They got no way out of there.
How do I reload? Remind me. There we go, I figured it out. I got some good cover here. I got some good cover, that's fine. Reload. Hey, it's Jugsy. Jugsy's here. Hey, Jugsy, we played Sneak King for the first little bit, and I got bored with it because that game is goofy, but the controls and fun, but the controls are highly awkward. So we stopped. We put away Sneak King and dusted back off. All right, you want to get spicy? Let's get spicy. Dusted back off, whatchamacallit, Space Marine. This is Xbox 360 Space Marine. We're all Xbox 360 these days. Yes, Jugsy, I'm purging the Xenos in the glory of the Emperor. Jugsy is a Warhammer fan, probably more than I am, because Jugsy is got consoles, is painting models, I mean, and I would love to do that, but have not previously done that. I got real shaky hands. I don't think I got whoop. I'm so sorry, Orcs. I'm so sorry. It's war, you know? I'm just following orders. But man, this game, I like much more. I hope this isn't a controversial statement. I like this game much more than I like Sneak King. Whose camera was persistently making me want to barf. You missed one question, Jugsy. I'll paraphrase. What's that? Do I go to that? man wrote in a question about a first date he went on wherein, or a third date, I guess, wherein the condom slipped off during intercourse with his person he was dating, and she thinks he did it on purpose, and he's distraught that she would think such a thing of him, and he doesn't know how to process any of this, and the conversation we had was pretty much, it is the thing that people do, that men do that sometimes, hopefully not many, hopefully not often, but it is a thing that happens. And she doesn't know you, so she doesn't know that you're not the kind of person, oh boy, to do this, and you just need to move on and rely on your reputation from the people that know you, that hopefully this doesn't kind of spread around, that you would have done that, is the best that we can say. He's not going to convince her that he didn't do it on purpose, and he needs to move on. Oh, sorry. You're a normal person. Normies. Oh, what's this?
My lord, you have saved us.
Rise, guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines.
Normie says Burger King looks different. Yeah, I unlocked a new level from the... Instead of delivering omelet sandwiches, I'm delivering the Emperor's Justice to the Green Menace. Jugsy says, wouldn't be the first Space Marine to step on some normies to get the job done. That is true. If you're unfamiliar with the lore of Warhammer, the Imperium, and specifically these like superhuman Space Marine guys, don't really care about like people. They're not interested in like saving individual people. They're more interested in like saving the Imperium. So regular people get murdered. They gotta blow up a city full of people to get one person they think is a bad guy. They'll just do it. Sounds kind of a little familiar to some current events that we're not going to get into detail about, doesn't it?
Captain, I'm in position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
I don't have, there's not a map. I guess that's okay. I'd prefer to have a map. I have a really bad sense of direction. And so a map would be nice, but it's fine if I don't have a map. What else is going on? What else can we talk about while I'm playing this? Saw Dune Part 2 last night. Boy, what a feat of cinematic abilities those two movies are when you put them together. I've only ever read the first book, but I loved it very much. And I have strong feelings about all of the different movie and TV show versions of Dune. And I couldn't be happier with how this one turned out. So cool, so beautiful, so intense. Loved it. If you haven't seen both the Dunes, the recent Dunes, then you should go out and see them because they are something else.
That was the orc ship I saw crash near here, I take it. Did he survive?
If the Horde hasn't turned on itself, it's still under his control.
Can I get past this? Yeah, see?
Through here.
Through where? What do I do to get through it? Oh, what is this? chainsword. How do I get at it?
Genetic scan complete.
Oh, I got it already. Okay. Chainsword. That's cool. If you can't tell from its name and appearance and sound effects, chainsword is like a sword, but it's also like a chainsaw. Gross. I'm covered in guts. Do we go left or do we go right? I guess we go right. I'm not talking a lot, am I? We should slow down for a minute. Wouldn't the first Space Marine to step on some normies to get... oh yeah, Jugsy said that already. Orc bits on your face would be gross as fuck. Yes, that is true. I'm sure that they are. Orcs are, in the lore of Warhammer, orcs are more like a fungus than like a people. And have also all kinds of other weird things. They have like orcs in Warhammer have like a psychic ability where if enough of them are like in one place at the same time and they believe something to be the case, then it becomes true. So like their weapons and tools don't really work except that they think that they do. And I think that's a funny and weird. Yep. That's a funny and weird little bit of lore. For orcs and Warhammer. We're gonna play this for a few more minutes. I have one other question to get to. I know, I'm sorry, this is the kind of game now where it's a little hard to talk and really focus on it at the same time. But I like this game. This is a good game. It's a very good game. Like, see how their ships are just like made out of like sheet metal stapled together or whatever? Like, they don't work, except that the orcs think that they work. Almost done, everybody.
Dropship incoming.
This game is so intense. I'm sorry. This is such bad streaming etiquette. I'm just being silent and just like smashing buttons. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, we're gonna take a little break from this. Oh, except there's a boss. Okay, boss battle. That was satisfying.
Space Marines, thank you. We thought we were done for.
Okay, everybody, okay.
Inside, but the door is sealed. I believe they will let us through.
Jugsy says, idea for a segment, Jeremy Storytime, where you tell us exciting or terrifying or inspiring anecdotes, because I bet you have a couple. I do have a couple. That's a good idea, Jugsy. We can do that. I appreciate you offering me something to do besides just play this game in silence while everybody hangs on. Let's pause. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I could just stare at this game and play it for a long time because this is a good game. I have a question. Let's read a question. Okay, this is also a sexual question. Oh, I don't love this question. I'm going to do it anyways. Maybe I feel like I want to hear other people's take on this besides my own. I'm a 32-year-old straight woman. I have never had sex. I don't frequently masturbate, but when I do, it's awesome. I'm cool with having an apparently low sex drive, but I want to have sex. I know what makes me feel good. I've discovered a couple of kinks. I know what my absolute do not want areas are. The thing is, the area I live in doesn't have the best choices for casual sex. I have several close male friends, but they are not options. Not as all caps. I wouldn't want to possibly screw up a long-term friendship. Neither would they, and we're more like siblings. I would also feel too awkward hooking up with someone who probably knows one of those guys and would probably be douchey enough to tell them. That might make me too picky, but given my anxiety issues, it's something I take into consideration. Now I'm seriously considering saving my money and post-COVID taking a vacation somewhere that has legal prostitution to find a male prostitute to do the job for me. My rationale is thus. They know what they're doing, they won't fight me on protection, and they might be more willing to indulge in my kink than a regular guy. Would that be a completely awful idea? If not, are there ways to do this properly as a straight woman that would give me the best choice for a safe experience? I would love to hear other people's take on this one. I don't know the answer to this. I know there's, a little bit of a catch up there for people. So while you're thinking about that, I am, nothing over there. Yeah, I would really love to hear someone else's take on that. Woman is just as a recap, the letter writer is 32, has never had sex before, wants to, but doesn't have a lot of prospects for casual sex in her area, doesn't feel comfortable sleeping with a friend or a friend of a friend's. I guess that's the one thing I can talk about. And is considering saving up money and traveling someplace with legal prostitution to find a male prostitute. I'd imagine, I don't know this, but I'd imagine male prostitutes that specialize in sleeping with straight women are probably pretty rare. Doesn't seem like that's, from my very rudimentary knowledge of how sex works, that's a thing that is probably super common, to be honest. So I don't know. That seems like that also might be a tricky thing to work out. What might be better is to take if you want to save up your money and take a long vacation, is to take a long vacation into a bigger city, get on the dating apps. Maybe if you can get a dating app that lets you set where your location is, so you can start to chat and get to know people virtually before you arrive. And then maybe, you know, you can have a couple dates and suss somebody out and see if you like that person while you're on vacation in their city, and then make it happen that way. That seems to me to be the better option. Normie says there's also FetLife dating apps to consider for the vacation. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Normie is finding, seeing if you can find a dating app that lets you set your location in advance, and then, like, you know, leading up to your vacation, make some connections. Really kind of try to vet people on the app to get to know them best. Have a couple of dates. Don't rush things. But, you know, like, see if you can get a vacation that lasts 2 weeks somewhere, and have a couple dates and see if that works out for you. Jugsy says, I don't have a strong opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with engaging with a sex worker, but also no prospects is probably a very temporary condition. Sounds like this person has some itches that need scratching. My follow-up question would be, will they be satisfied with one scratch, or will they want it on an ongoing basis? Yeah, that's a good point. Is this person identifies as having a very low sex drive, but they've also never had sex before. Maybe if they find something that works with the real life human partner, that might be something that they want to do more of. You know, this is one of the things that I always say, is that, you know, younger single people should be in big cities, because that's how you meet people. That's how you learn about yourself. That's how you learn about what types of partners you want, what type of sex you want to have, is to mix it up in a big city with you know, cast the widest net, create a big, messy group of friends, and figure out who you are and what you want, not just sexually, but in every other way too. That's really the place to be if you're in your 20s or 30s and looking to explore, to find your identity. You need to be in a big city, which is hard to say because it's really hard to make it work in a big city because no one makes enough money anymore, and cities are so expensive now. But, you know, there are ways to do that. When I had my big city days, I almost always lived, when I was single in a big city, I almost always lived with 4 or 5 other roommates, and that's not ideal, but it works. And then you meet people that know people that know people, and then you find your person. Normie says, or could use the Oldman strategy, live just a little too far outside of a big city and complain. That's another way to do it, Normie, for sure, aka Oldman. But I'd also say that, you know, this idea that sleeping with a friend ruins your friendship, I know this isn't everybody's take. My take on that is not necessarily has to be true. That depending on the friendship, depending on how honest you can be with yourself and your friend, that it is possible to sleep with friends and then just be friends after that. It is something that happens. In my younger days, I did that quite a bit, and it worked for me. And if it worked for me, then it can work for you. That's the name of my book. So I wouldn't... I think the letter writer also said that her male friends all feel like siblings, so that's a different story altogether. But sleeping with a friend is not on its own an impossible thing to do, and it doesn't necessarily have to risk ruining a friendship, I would say. Yeah, so there's that. All right, well, I don't know, Jugsy, do you have... I can certainly tell anecdote about something. I'm sure I've got a lot, although at the moment I can't think of anything. Is there a specific type of, like, what kind of inspiration do you want as far as inspiring anecdotes? Normie says story time. Yeah, but what kind of story? I have a lot of stories. I'll tell a story, a funny story that is of a sexual nature. I've told this story in front of large groups of people before. I even suspect maybe Oldman's heard it. I know that Fred Undead has. Jugsy says, I was imagining stories that maybe change how you think about something or built who you are. but I don't want to put you on the spot, so future episodes is fine. Many years ago, I had a friend. I'm less. Jesse says I love a good sex story. Well, this is kind of sort of a sex story. So many years ago, I had a friend that was a bit older than me. Not that we're not friends anymore. He moved away and we've kind of lost touch. A friend, this guy named Cisco. Cisco had been in the army and he was a bit older and was just a very different style person than I normally hung out with. I have a hard time remembering how he and I became friends, to be honest. But one way or the other, we were good friends. And he was from Colorado and was going to get married in Colorado. So he invited, kind of this extended group of friends in the mid-Atlantic region to come out to his wedding. But everybody, were young, starving artists and everybody was broke. But he paid for me to go because he wanted me to be in one of his groomsmen. So I went. I didn't know anybody else but him that was going. And we go to Boulder, Colorado, and he introduces me. I'm crashing on his sofa. He introduces me to the other groomsmen who are all also much older, army guys. And I'm the youngest of a really big family, so I'm very susceptible to peer pressure. At least I was in those days, from older, seemingly tougher or cooler male style people. So we're partying and we're drinking and we're going to strip clubs. Not a thing that I typically do, but something. It was his wedding party and he wanted to do that, so we did. It was his bachelor party. And in Colorado, so there's very little air and alcohol affects you much more deeply that way. I'm sorry, I should also say that I was on the tail end of a 6-year-long, generally not a lot of sex happening relationship at this point. My partner didn't go. I went on my own. And so it's very little sleep, lots of drinking, lots of partying for a couple of days. And then there's the wedding, which was really sweet and beautiful. And then we have the reception. And I'm haven't been not drunk for days at this point. And I don't know anybody but him and his now wife who are busy, entertaining their family or whatever. So I'm just kind of standing in the corner, hanging on to my life. And this woman walks in who, this very tall, I'm 6 foot and she was taller than me, very voluptuous blonde woman in a dress that looked like a 1980s prom dress. It had lots of poofy frilly stuff on it. It seemed really out of place just in general on her, but also at the party. She walks into the room. I hadn't seen her before at the ceremony or whatever, and I see her look at me across the room, and she looks me up and down in the way that I don't think a woman has ever looked at me before. And I understood at that point what it means to be a woman, maybe, that's being looked at by a man in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable and not great. But I don't know any of this at the time. I'm relatively young and inexperienced about such things. And she comes over to me and starts talking to me and is actually kind of into interesting things. And I don't know what we're talking about. She has a motorcycle and stuff. And she pulls out from her cleavage a flask that's got Johnny Walker Black Label, which is the really nice, or is it Blue Label? The really nice Johnny Walker on this flask. And I'm drinking the flask and it's hot because it's been in her cleavage. And I look at the flask, and engraved on the flask it says, I'm not kidding, this is documented, you don't need to believe me, you can look this up. The flask says, backdoor Barbie, just relax on it. And so we're hanging out and we dance a little bit. And one of the other groomsmen comes up to me and he's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? She's going to, we know this, they knew her and they knew her reputation. And they're like, she's going to try to get you to go home with her. And I'm like, well, I have a girlfriend. I can't do that. And they said, well, your girlfriend's not here. Which was gross. And so as the night went on, she kept talking about her motorcycle and how she had an extra helmet and she didn't live far away. And then sooner or later, she does, in fact, ask me to go home with her, and I say no. I've never cheated on anybody before. I still haven't, I'm happy to say. And that was that. And then I get home and tell my girlfriend that I live with, this is how you know that the relationship is almost over, the whole story. And my girlfriend at the time looks at me and says, you should have fucked her. And I should have. You're right, I should have. And I didn't. And that's the story. I feel I haven't told it in a long time. I feel like I've told it better than that in the past. The lesson there is if you're in a situation, if you're in a committed relationship, and you're in a situation where you feel like there's a really bizarre or interesting or once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have a weird sex experience and have a great story to tell, check. If you're in a committed relationship, just take a step away. Check with your partner just to make sure that they're not going to be cool with it. Because you never know. Maybe they'll be cool with it, and then you get to have this weird experience. Fred Undead says, no, you shouldn't have. Of course I shouldn't have. But if I had known that my girlfriend at the time would have been cool with me doing it, I probably would have, whether it was right or wrong. Normie says haunting. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a story. I have more sexual stories, but I actually think this is probably a good time to wrap it up for the night. Maybe we'll do a whole episode of Jeremy's sexual stories. Although, I mean, I don't know how explicit I want to get on this channel. Some, you know what I mean? Some of those stories are kind of intense. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up now. Jugsy says thanks. I feel like that story hits a lot better, but it's hard because there's only 4 people and I can't see anybody. This has been the Advice Stream. I'm your host, Jeremy International. Thanks everyone for contributing, Fred Undead and Normie Hasbeens and Jugsy. We've been we played a little bit of Sneak King, Burger King tie-in on the Xbox, and then we played some Space Marine. I just really want to play Space Marine for a couple hours. I should probably just do that and not stream it because that game is good. We will probably see you next week. Stay tuned at the same time, hopefully, and hopefully we'll have Oldman back on with functional audio. If you would like to send a question, as always, to the advice room, as always, you can go to JeremyInternational.com. Otherwise, we will see you, if not next week, real soon, everybody. Thanks so much for participating, and have a good night.